I am Shambik Ghosh. I am a choreographer, teacher, and I'm working with the third year students at Leeds Beckett University, where I'm also doing my PhD. Over here, I'm working with the third year dance students where they have a contemporary dance background, but I am bringing my embodied knowledge about Kathak and jazz and how we collaborated together to bring a creative piece out of it. The way dance is taught or been choreographed, there are various processes, and specifically if it comes from a traditional dancers like who has a background in jazz technique or a Kathak techniques or any kind of traditional technique, it's a very didactic process, like you teach and the student listen and it's a very structural style. But here, my approach, what I also worked with Mithul, talk through the experience of life and how these experiences transformed into their tacit knowledge or in their embodied knowledge, what they have learned, specifically in traditional dancing.
Working with Shambik is great. I feel like the process has subverted traditional modes of choreographer-dancer relationships. Shambik will kind of give me cues and direction, but what I like most about the piece is the autonomy I have to move in the way that I like and the way that Shambik wants me to portray the narrative as well.
The ability to take an already codified style and then sort of add my own flair to it, and I think Shambik really enforces that within his work. He's constantly telling us to sort of bring ourselves to it, even though it is sort of his practice and his codified technique. He still maintains the idea of each dancer being their own and bringing their own sort of flair to the choreography.
And then we all are completely different dancers, so I was interpreting it in different ways and then using the discipline of the Kathak.
We've gone from Shambik's choreography into our own, as every time we perform it, it's a little bit different with our own style put into it.
Yeah, and it was when we all did bits of it in unison, we had to just feel when each other were about to go, because it's not really to time of the music, so it's more the feeling of each other.
Brought an essence of autonomy in movement, because as they see when a guy is coming from a background of jazz training or a Kathak training, they always feel that there will be some rigid structure. But here I went a different way, where I made those movements what it speaks to their own experiences, and they brought that experience to life through the choreography.
Exploring a new movement pathway, a new movement style has been really interesting.
The way that we've worked, we've been given choreography to work with and we've put it in our own little sections or sequences.
Shambik set several improvisations and motifs that we've then developed over the 12 weeks we were working with him. It was a guided process as well.
Yeah.
So it's come from his background of Kathak fusing with contemporary dance.
It's kind of his set, so his choreographic language of cohesive body. We work that through technique classes, some improvisation, and then that is what kind of built the piece.
One of the students said a beautiful word, which is a very learning experience for me. She said that, Shambik, in your choreography, I am not learning the choreography. I was shocked to hear that, okay, what you're doing? I'm experiencing the choreography. That's a beautiful thing for me, because learning is something which is sometimes imposed and experience is something which is felt. So my choreography may be giving all the artists or the dancers whom I'm working with is a sense of feeling what they are truly in their own bodies and how they relive it again and again through different movements, incorporating with their own movements.